My name is Christy Miles, and this is my global presentation. I'm a 31-year-old college student trying to get through school to obtain my degree in hopes of finding a job that pays better than minimum wage. With no education behind high school, I have been averaging anywhere from $12,000 to $15,000 a year. I am determined to earn a better real income. After reading the article, Losing Ground in Income Despite Education by Floyd Norris, I have an unsettling feeling that I will continue to struggle. In my opinion, the U.S. is still suffering from the repercussions of the Great Recession of 2007 through 2009. Studies have shown that despite education, younger families are losing ground in income, and I believe three major factors are the reason behind the economic crisis that our country has been experiencing, such as unemployment, being forced to settle with lower-paying jobs, and frozen wages. First and foremost, unemployment is the major leading problem. Our younger households are losing income. There were 8 million jobs lost during the Great Recession. Those people were forced out of work with nothing to turn to. 5.9% of the population is still unemployed. That is roughly 19 million people whom are jobless. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that if you have no job, you have no income. Some individuals are eligible for benefits, but those benefits only pay out about 60% of what individuals were making during previous employment. In addition to unemployment, many people were driven out into the workforce to settle with anything that would put food on the table. Many people were backed into a corner where they had no choice but to settle with something. For example, Jim Spencer stated in the article, "Failing incomes rip a hole in middle class. A mom of 3 had an MBA. During the recession, she lost her job. She couldn't find any employment in her field, so she was forced to open a daycare out of her home to make ends meet. This caused her to lose $13,000 a year." This mother's not the only one affected this way. Many people who make X amount of dollars are now making a fraction of that due to the lack of jobs and people being forced just to settle with what they can get. As I stated before, the Great Recession took a major blow to the job market, and since then, wages have pretty much been frozen. For example, our minimum wage has stayed the same for 5 years. Reports show that if minimum wage would have kept up with inflation, it would be $10.68 per hour versus our measly $7.25. Not only has minimum wage stayed the same for half a decade, employers are paying out low wages. Their profits are booming, but it's the employee that pays the price. I know somebody personally who's been with the same company for over 9 years. Even though he's had more responsibilities tacked on him, he has not seen an increase in pay in over 5. Not even an increase in pay for the cost of living. In closing, Floyd Norris states that despite education, younger families are losing ground in income, and I 100% agree that this is true. The fact of the matter is, low-wage workers today are far more educated than workers were back in the day. And as I explained above, it is all due to the aftermath of the Great Recession. Our economy is suffering as a whole, for it is not just the younger households, middle-aged families are too affected. With low incomes or incomes that have stayed the same for years, families are prevented from spending money in the economy. If people could just get paid a little more, they would spend more, and that would increase jobs due to the demand for those goods and services. It is a vicious, repetitive cycle that I hope comes to an end real soon, for I have worked entirely too hard to get this education to earn a better living. My fear is that once I do get my degree, I will still struggle to find a job that pays me what I am worth.